Hey everybody, Michael Brody here, and welcome to Confessions of a Virtual Boss podcast. And today, we're going to talk about the winner's psychology, mindset of success. Quick shout out for all my new listeners. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. A lot of choice out there. The podcast comes out every Monday and Friday. All our podcasts and videos and articles can all be found at www.michaelbrody.net. Remember to come back often and feel free to add this podcast to your favourite RSS feed or iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter at @TheVirtualBoss. All links are in the show notes. Now let's do what we do best and let's get into today's show. Let's get the spiel. Let's get the show on the road. There are certain patterns that cause people to feel fulfilled, to be strong, happy, passion in their life, do well financially, grow businesses, live life on their terms. Then we also have patterns that cause you to feel sad, depressed, miserable, poor. Maybe you're even doing well financially. I don't know, maybe you are doing great financially, but feeling unfulfilled because you're still not in control of your time. Remember, it's not what we have that makes us happy. If that was the case, all we'd have to do is accumulate a lot of material wealth and a lot of materialistic goods and we'd feel good. Now, don't get me wrong. Does it feel better to sit in the Jag than sitting in the 30-year-old car with broken bonnet and rust on the side? Of course it does. We're not naive. We are business people. We're entrepreneurs. However, that is not what ultimately makes you happy. It's not what's going to make you feel fulfilled on an inner level. It's not what the mindset of success is all about. It's what we do with our time. Perhaps you want to be the parent who cares for the kids. Maybe you want to be the parent who goes to the school games. Maybe you want to have a great family life. Perhaps you want to be driven and passionate. And you want to grow a crazy business. You want to put the freaking freak on it. You want to take it from wherever it is now, and you want to add a zero at the bottom line. I don't know. Maybe that is what drives you. I mean, look at somebody like Ray Kroc or Sam Walton or the dozens and dozens of successful billionaires. They weren't driven just by the money, but they were driven by a passion to create an insane business. Then I know other people who were driven by kindness and giving. Look at Mother Teresa. Do you think materialistic wealth would have improved her life? I don't know. Maybe she would have felt better if she had went and visited the people in the back of a Rolls Royce, maybe. I don't know. We'd have to ask her if she was still here. But maybe it's not that. Maybe it was because she was following her passion and every single day she was living life on her terms. What separates people? I think what separates people, and this is my honest opinion, I think it comes down to having passion and knowing that you're in control of time. I know from when I used to do, I say this in other videos, but when I did the date rentry work, when I did the work in the business that I didn't like doing, I'm talking about the tasks, the admin, the keeping up with the social media charade, just to build presence and online presence. It's not what you like. You want to be in front of the customer. You want to be growing the business. You want to be focusing on the big picture. You don't want to be doing all the minute details. And that's what becoming a virtual boss was about. That's what Confessions of a Virtual Boss is about. It's about control. It's about fulfillment. It's about the mindset of success. Now, I know a lot of wealthy people who are not happy. Yes, a guy, Marc Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley. They have them all. This guy was 27, beautiful Lamborghini. You'd think he had it all, but he was dead inside. His eyes were dead, and his life was clearly not being enjoyed. Why? How can you not enjoy it? And then you say to somebody who doesn't have that, who's feeling depressed, down, sad, and you say, okay, I'll get you the Lamborghini, I'll get you the Bentley. And they're like, wow, okay, that's going to change the whole freaking thing. Maybe it will. Maybe it's a temporary change. Maybe it's a permanent change. But if you're not growing inside and you're not growing with the wealth, if you're not growing with what you're accumulating, then you're going to be dead. It's why a lot of people who win the lottery, do they feel great when they win? Of course! Would I feel great if I won 100 million? Of course I would. The difference is I would know what to do. I would be investing. I'd be shrewd. That's what I'm doing now. I'm accumulating things. However, a lot of people who win the lottery, okay, this is the big problem they have. After a couple of years, they feel dead inside because they haven't grew with the wealth. Suddenly, friends who were friends are now people who are just tapping them up for money. And suddenly the friendship doesn't feel so good anymore. How about a guy I know? This is a total contrast. A guy called Nas, Iranian immigrant, very nice guy, back in my home city in Newcastle. Smart, self-made millionaire, and the guy's happy. He has a lot of money, great businesses, and feels $1 million. Feels great. How? What's different between him and the 27-year-old? He manages his time. He controls his time. He is in charge of his life and he lives life on his terms. On a Friday he goes and gambles. I'm not an advocate of gambling. I don't like the casinos, but he does. He does that. He goes, has fun. He has strategies and systems in place and he lives life on his terms, not on somebody else's terms. Let me ask you this question. Do you want success in your life? Do you want abundance that you never thought was possible? Because I know, going back in my life, I've had periods. I've had the peaks. You know I have. I've had the low peaks when I had the stores, but and right now. But I've also had the miserable times. These are the parts I don't often share. The parts where I felt depressed, suicidal, where I thought, what the hell's the point in it all? Yeah, I'm making all this money. I'm doing great financially. But what now? What else? Is this it? I just keep accumulating it and that's all? Then I die? I go from having 1 Jag to 2 Jags. I go from having, the Porsche to having a Ferrari and a Porsche. I mean, what's the point? And I really became depressed about it. And you might be thinking, well, hang on a second, Mike. That's not exactly a depression. It goes beyond that. I've been depressed at the part of suicidal thoughts. And I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that honestly. And I'm telling you that wholeheartedly. And this is no bullshit. I'm telling you. And you don't need a bullshit course to tell you this. You don't need them. You don't need to join a tribe. You don't need to give somebody $5,000 for them to show you this. So what is the mindset of success? You need to do 3 things. These are 3 things I've done in my life. They might work for you. Number 1, influence and integrity. You have to be able to influence situations. And I'm not talking about manipulation here. I'm not on about Jordan Belfort or Bernie Madoff where they influence people. I'm talking about influencing with integrity. Influencing outcomes, not just for situations, but also internally influencing how your emotional state is. How do you internalize yourself? How do you get yourself G'd up? How do you get yourself motivated? How do you get your A game? What is it that just makes you want to freaking put it on? Number 2, have a purpose. You don't need this huge purpose. This is the problem with our society now. Everybody thinks they have to have a world purpose, like a Gandhi-style purpose. You don't. Your purpose might be close to you. Let's say, a happy guy, your purpose might be to make $100,000 a year, have a couple of kids, or currently maybe have kids, spend time with the kids, have great family vacations, not work weekends, and get rid of the crap out your life by outsourcing, hiring VAs to do it. How? Whatever you want in life is possible. Trust me, I've looked at every angle. I've tried every angle. It's possible. And here, I'll tell you this again, okay? Back, I grew a chain and made a lot of money as a teenager. When I was a teenager, I built the retail company. I've said this before. There is no secrets anymore. We live in a transparent world. People online, a lot of internet marketers are going to try to bullshit you with courses, or they're going to sell you on crap. And by the way, I've said this before. There's some awesome courses out there. I've signed up to courses. I know Grant Cardone's a sales course. Very good. I've never used the full one, but I've used some of his materials and very good. But you have to be careful because there's a lot of crap out there. There's a lot of crap out there. I mean, and you have no history on people. Take Tai Lopez. Has anybody heard of Tai Lopez? I don't know the guy. I've never met him. Maybe Tai Lopez is a great guy. Maybe Tai Lopez is a super successful entrepreneur. My problem with Tai is there is no articles about him. There's no news write-up about him from before he started selling you the course. Me, for example, you can Google Michael Brody Toys, and you'll see I'm not bullshitting. You'll see that when I was 17 years old, I started a retail company. I was featured. The newspaper did a press coverage on me. And I'm talking about a retail business inside Europe's largest shopping mall. I'm not talking about some lemonade stand here. But the point I'm getting at is you've got to be careful. And I'm not attacking some, Ty Lopez on this because he might be super successful. I don't know. I've never met him personally. We've never shared the stage together. I'm just going by what I Google or whatever people Google. We're living in a transparent world. So you've really, really got to be careful, and you've got to know that information you post today is going to be accessible next year, and it's going to be accessible in 10 years' time. We don't have privacy anymore. Whether we like that or we don't, privacy's gone because of everything from social media. I'm a virtual boss. Okay? I don't know what you do. What is your line of business? Do you enjoy it? What do you get a kick out of? What tasks do you outsource? If you don't outsource, again, check out michaelbrody.net or virtualstaff.ph and see what it's all about. Maybe it'll help you transform the way you run your business or live your life. Definitely did for me. Might for you. I don't know. Okay, how do I influence my team? And how can you influence your team? Simple. Resourcefulness. I live life on my terms because I know resourcefulness is the ultimate resource we have. Not money, not time, resourcefulness. Resourcefulness to manipulate time and have money working for you. That's why I leverage, that's why I hire all my team or remote in the Philippines, and I do it because I leverage both time and money. Anyone, and I mean anyone, in this day and age can build a great team by leveraging. You can leverage. You can leverage to create life on your terms. Leveraging is easy. It's not difficult. A lot of people pretend it is. It's not. It's super easy. And mindset of winners is they do what makes them feel good. And I don't mean ghost. Michael, this is what a guy said to me. He said, I like cake. He said, so, you told me to do what I feel good, so I've started eating chocolate cake every frickin' day. That's not what I mean, dude. That's not what I don't want you to end up 20 stone heavier because you advocated this, Michael. You told me to do what I feel good. No, I'm not Ray Charles. I feel good. What I mean by this is you got to live life on your terms and do things that have a reason. Okay? Do things that have a reason. Build a business with passion. Passion alone won't build the business, but what I'm saying is you got to be inspired. You got to be motivated. Get out the bed, be motivated, do something freaking good. Leverage, hire virtual staff, hire Filipino VAs. If that's what you want to do. Use globalization as a tool to success. I'm not debating whether or not we agree in globalization. I know, politically right now there's a lot of people agree, don't agree, but the fact is it's happening, and with the internet it's only going to grow. We can't reverse, unless we take away the internet and become like North Korea, then we're probably going to be living in a globalized world in terms of internet connection and in terms of connecting with resources worldwide. This is just going to grow. Spend more time with your family. Outsource the crap. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't require your time. Don't do it. You got one shot at this. You got to live your life once. You do not do the stuff that you hate, that depresses you. That is only ever do that stuff if someone's going to pay you thousands to do it. Okay? If you say to me, Mike, come and do a speech, I'll give you 10 grand. It's going to take you an hour. I'll come and do the speech even if I don't want to do the speech because it's 10 grand for an hour. Okay? But the point I'm making is most of the tasks I'm talking here are admin, social media, blog content or research work. Outsource all that. You don't want to be doing it. Winners, my friend, win by living life on their terms. What do you want to do with your days? How do you want to spend your time? What do you want to be doing today that you're not doing? Why are you doing this right now? Why are you listening to me? What are you hoping to get from listening to me? How is this time worth it? Hopefully it is. Hopefully I've brought you value so that you can bring value to other areas of your life. What is it that you want to be doing with your life? Really think about it and use leverage to get you it. You've got to influence yourself to move yourself towards action, to know that you can do this now by applying leverage. And that's the show, folks. That is today's show. Thanks for listening to Confessions of a Virtual Boss podcast. Remember, it comes out twice a week on a Monday and a Friday. Questions, you can email me at michael@michaelbrody.net, or if I have not bored you completely, you can tweet me at the Virtual Boss. And until next time, take care and win in life. That sounded super like a commercial, didn't it? Okay, see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.